Yeah, the first one is, what are your thoughts on flu shots?
Well, they don't work. So if they don't work, then don't use them. Especially the flu shot especially doesn't work on the children and the elderly, and that's just a statistical certainty. I mean, look it up. Flu shots do not work on children, and they do not work on the elderly. They have about a 30% effectiveness for everybody else, but, you know, if they also cause harm. And Congress, I believe a year and a half ago, passed a law that completely lets the drug companies off of the hook for any harm caused by any vaccines. Isn't that great? So, you know, if there was no harm in the treatment, and if the treatment did, you know, served a purpose, then great. But I mean, what the heck? This isn't the Spanish flu that's going around, you know, and the Spanish flu killed like 20% of the Earth's population after World War I. That's why everybody's so petrified about the flu now. It's nonsense. The strains of influenza that are going around the world are only deadly to children and the elderly. You know, it's inconvenient to you and me because we're going to miss a couple of weeks' worth work. You know, at the very worst, we're going to feel like crap for a couple of weeks. But the people that are at risk, kids and the elderly, statistically, you're not benefited by the flu shot. It doesn't help them at all. So there's no reason to get the flu shot whatsoever. What we advocate instead is strengthening your immune system. And how do we strengthen your immune system? By strengthening your system, because everything's connected. So we fill the nutritional tank up every day with the 90 essential nutrients and selenium, appropriate for body weight, eliminate the 10 bad foods, and during cold and flu season, you don't go out of the house unless you've put the PureWorks foaming cleanser on your hands, because that kills everything, any type of bacteria, even the flesh-eating bacteria, MRSA, for 5 hours. So by putting this stuff on your hands, you really eliminate one vector of the virus infiltration into the human body. And when stuff starts to go around your neighborhood, you start the killer biotic, 1 killer biotic 3 times a day. If you feel yourself getting sick, you crank it up to 2 or 3 killer biotic 3 times a day. And usually if you follow these simple rules, you're good to go, and there's no harm and no foul. Does that make sense?
Yeah, great. Okay, and my next question, I just got started with longevity,